In this video, we will do a walkthrough on a farm that is successfully producing blue steel, the coveted item that gives you the most points in Town Star. Make sure to watch to the end of the video to learn tips for a beginner wanting to start blue steel production. If you don't already know, Town Star is a play-to-earn blockchain farming game from Gala Games. You can earn town coins daily when you complete the challenges. If you'd like to know more about Town Star and how to earn town coins, do check out our link in the description section below. Depending on when you view this video, the link may not be there yet as we need time to produce the video, so do check back again. If not, check out our GameFi playlist for our coverage on Town Star and other play-to-earn games. Before we begin, the setup in this video is a basic blue steel production setup, sort of like a beginner transitioning from a Tier 2 item like sugar, wool, cotton yarn to a Tier 5 item like blue steel. So this video is really great for people who want to dip their toes into blue steel production. We may do another video for the ultimate blue steel production setup for those interested in joining the big boys and girls in the weekly competition, but everyone needs to start from the beginning, and this video is perfect for that before you can move on to producing blue steel 100%. The most important thing you need to produce blue steel is being near the mountains. As you can see, the mountains are on one side of the square. We have two steel mills, one to produce blue steel and the other is to produce steel, as we need 5 steel, 10 energy, and 1 uniform for blue steel production. The second steel mill is smelting steel, and we need 10 iron, 5 energy, and 5 water drums. We build 4 power plants to cater to the large amount of energy we need. 2 crude oil and 1 water drum are needed to produce 1 energy. The power plants also provide passive energy to surrounding buildings. It has a proximity of 3, which means it will provide 3 energy to the building just beside it, which is 1 square away, 2 energy to the building that is 2 squares away, and 1 energy to the building 3 squares away. We have 3 power plants set up to produce active energy, which means energy that can be stored in the warehouses. The 4th power plant at the bottom left corner is just supplying passive energy to the mine and the steel mill. You can see that sleeping Z on that plant. Next is the water drum. A water pump will provide water to the building next to it. We installed 3 water pumps connected to our steel mill that is smelting the steel. So we need another 2 water drums, and these will come from the water facilities. The main material to produce steel is iron, and we have 3 mines for that. 1 mine needs 3 lumber, 3 energy, and 2 water drums to produce 1 iron. The next element for blue steel production is 1 uniform. We have no clue why we need a uniform for making blue steel, but it is how it is. We build 4 fabric plants, 1 to manufacture uniforms, 1 to spin wool yarns, and 2 to spin cotton yarns. We have this ratio because we need 3 cotton yarns, 1 wool yarn, and 3 energy to make 1 uniform. We get wool from our sheeps, hence we built 2 sheep pens, and in order for our cute little lambs to produce wool, we need 9 feed, 1 wood, and 5 water. Feed is produced from harvesting the wheat fields, and we planted 7 wheat fields. We have 3 feed mills to produce the feed and 2 troughs to store these feeds. Wood is very important as it is one of the components to produce lumber, which is needed for the mines. In order to meet this demand, we planted 12 tree farms. Loggers will chop down the trees and carry the logs to whichever activity needing the wood. In this setup, we use the loggers instead of the normal lumberjacks, as they are so much faster. We have 12 logger houses. Do note that they cost more to build and their wages are higher, so you will need to slowly transition from lumberjacks to their older bros. The ATV gives our ranchers a faster means of travel, and just like the logger house, they are costlier to build and their wages are higher than the normal ranchers. We have 2 ATV and 1 rancher to tend to our little lambs. 5 cotton, 1 lumber, and 1 energy are needed to make 1 cotton yarn, and cotton is harvested from the cotton fields. We have just 3 of the fields. Silo is where all these sugar canes, cotton, and wheat are stored, and we have 2 of them in this setup. The secret to success on Town Star is producing sugar. It gives very high returns, and we would recommend producing sugar from the start to fund your process to blue steel production. Check out our TownStar beginner video where we will show how to quickly get your gas production going in order to not run out of gas. Link in the description below. We have just 5 windmills to produce sugar. Do not fret, as this is actually enough to survive. Just look at our successful setup. So 6 sugar cane and 3 wood are needed to produce 1 sugar, and we have 6 sugar cane fields. One of the major issues with beginners is producing gas before they run out of it. So this is our gas production setup. We have just 1 fuel storage. We would love to have more without compromising on space, but we cannot at this point in time. Fuel storage stores your gasoline, petroleum, and crude oil. We have 2 refineries, one for petroleum production and the other for gasoline production. To produce gasoline, you will need 1 petroleum, 2 water drums, and 6 energy. Hence you see our power plants close to our refineries for passive energy. To produce petroleum, you will need 2 crude oil, 1 water drum, and 2 energy. Crude oil is essential in producing petroleum and energy. Since we need a lot of energy, we put up 12 oil pumps. We have 1 forklift instead of 2 worker houses, as 1 forklift can replace both workers, and we also save 1 square space. As usual, forklifts cost more to build and maintain. We cannot function without the farmers, and in our setup, we use farm tractors. We have 7 tractors for quicker farming. Please note that you will need to start with the farmers initially to save cost and slowly upgrade your farmers to tractors. Finally, we have our storage. We have 4 warehouses in this setup, but we think it is all right to have 3 warehouses. They store items like water drums, energy, cotton and wool yarn, uniforms, steel, iron, and blue steel. Unlike the big players with many NFTs, we only have an Express Depot NFT. This NFT also allows us to get 1 town coin daily and shortens the time for transporting our goods to the nearest city. You will need to buy a Gala Gold membership in order to get this Express Depot, and we think it is worth it as they airdrop other NFTs occasionally, and it has already paid for itself. Link to purchasing the Gala Gold membership is in the description below. Before we move on, we need to let you know that this is not financial advice. Whatever we say in this video is for entertainment purposes. This is the end of our blue steel production walkthrough. Just some final tips. Number 1. Place your town near a city. Give them a choice. We will always choose proximity to a city over the proximity a river. Did you notice we are not near a river in our setup? Number 2. Get your cash flow in order before setting up fabric plants or upgrading your normal workers. Number 3. Allocate at least $6 million before you build your steel mills, as it costs $2 million for a steel mill. This means you will be left $2 million for the buffer after paying $4 million for the 2 steel mills. Another way is to build 1 steel mill and alternate the steel and blue steel production until you have enough buffer for cash flow. Let's have fun playing TownStar together. If you find this video useful, smash the like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on our future videos. It's a form of encouragement to the creators, and we thank you for that support. See you in our next video.